Hello and welcome to another model building workshop. I am Mr. Allen. I am coming to you on behalf of the Community Libraries of Providence, coming to you from my basement workshop here in Providence, Rhode Island. And today we're going to look at a kind of a fun flea market find. Yeah, sometimes you can find some fun things at flea markets, like this old guy. This was a 3-in-1 kit. This was from AMT. If you look carefully, it's actually, does it say it on this box? I did look this up. Yeah, AMT Frog. So these are actually model kits from Frog Models. And the date for this would have been either 1967 or 1968. Seemed to be when this combo came out. Or at least that's when the moldings and everything are from. So the box is in pretty good condition. I did find out that not all 3 planes are in there. So, but for the price of $15 for 2, I thought was pretty good. So the Hawker Tempest is not in this boxing. I guess it was lost over the years because this has been sitting around for forever. I'm surprised how good this is, considering the age of this thing. But it does have the Dewoitine D 520 and the FW 190 here. So they're in here. I'm going to take a look at those. Yeah, look at this. This is pretty old. So the Hawker Tempest V is not here. And it does say it's got a bunch of different interesting features. Lists there. And you got your painting and decaling just on the back of the box. Here's the decal sheet right here. I think you can kind of see that. It's just sitting here. And I don't trust these because of the age. But you've got the French for the Dewoitine down here. You even got Turkish options, although they don't give you much. They just give you 2 squares. I think there should have been 2 more for that. And then you got to paint the tail red and put a crescent moon on there. German markings are here for the FW 190, and then this was all for the Tempest on the end there, all the British markings. They're not, yeah, the circles, as you'll see, are not in register, which tends to be a problem with these older kits. Actually, even newer kits have that problem. So, something to look out for. But I did find, of course I did, right? Some reasonably priced decals here. And I'm trying to find the company here. Anyway, I found these for the Dewoitine, the D520. It's a Battle of France 1940. It does give you some options in this decal set. So you got a number of the D520s, but you also get some MS406s and even the MB, what's that, the 152. Most of these kits are put out by Heller, but there's some other companies now putting these French fighters out as well. These are all 1/72nd scale. And I always thought the French planes are quite interesting. I built the Heller ones ages ago. So it's kind of looking forward to trying something else. You even got the Curtis Hawk 75 here, which the Americans were sending to France in 1940, as the French were kind of desperate for fighter planes, and that was one that was available. So, trying to figure out what the name of this, I guess it's print scale, I guess is the name of this company. Yeah. And there you go, and you can see that the things are more in register here. Not sure how well these are going to fit, like the tail surfaces onto the rudder of this particular Frog AMT kit, but we'll find out. So let's take a look at what's in the box here. You know, the kits that are here. So this is the FW 190, and you can already see that there's got some flash issues there. All right, you know, so you're gonna have to go over this with a I won't say a fine-tooth comb, obviously, but you're gonna need some filing, some sanding, and some shaving of some of these pieces. So this is all raised surfaces. There's no recessed panel lines at all because this is pretty dirt old. But you get the shape of the plane anyway. I don't think there's much for an interior on this. Let's take a look. Be really careful with these. Yeah, here's your wing. Here's the underwing. That bulges, or upper wing. Question where the bulge is. Yeah, it comes with a bomb. The bomb's kind of done in 3 parts. If you can see that, there's a little bit of detail for the engine. Not much. If you look inside there, you'll see there's nothing in there, but you're going to be adding this piece. If you paint that well enough, it might give you the impression of an engine with a propeller there. So it's pretty basic. You can notice that the landing, the leg and the door are molded together, you know. But hey, it's the 60s. So there's that one. And the D520 we've got in this bag over here. What's interesting with this is that the flaps are separate pieces. So, and there's a pilot figure there, such as he is. Not too bad for the time period, typical. See that. Again, a lot of flash to deal with there. That propeller's going to fall off. Yeah, the propeller's barely on there. But in this one, you can see there's different. The legs are separate from the doors for the landing gear. Taking all the parts out carefully. Again, there's not much interior detail at all. Obviously, you got some work to do there, cleaning some of the plastic out of there from the injection process. I would say the Hella one is probably a step up from this one. But you get the idea of the shape of the airplane. And the wings, the glass of the cockpit are in here. You know, and they're done this way. Again, you get the flaps to work with, and there's a center panel for the bottom of the fuselage and the wings where they meet. Now let's find the instructions here. So look at this. And it's a very simple all-in-one. So there's the FW190. One blow-up picture and a lot of text. So this is typical of older models. Lots of text. And a blow-up diagram, because there's the Tempest, what it would have been like if it was in here. Let you take a look at that for a minute, because I don't have it actually here. It looks like it's trying to provide you with options for, well, yeah, gas tanks, rockets, yeah, a few different things you could put underneath there. And here we have the D520. Which is kind of interesting. So I'm looking at playing around with the D520. I think that could be fun. I would call it like a palette cleanser kind of model kit, something fun just to monkey around with, see what you can do with it. You know, because as we can see, the detail is not that great, but it could be fun to play with. I'm not really going to save this as a collector's piece. I don't know. I don't really find that models necessarily have a collector value when you save them. Certain kits do, but a lot of them kind of don't. And you got a brief history here. So, for example, the D520, which is probably France's best fighter in 1940 during the German invasion of France. Yeah, speed of 392 miles an hour. Armament, you had one 20mm cannon that went through the nose, and it had four 7.5 machine guns that were in the wings. Yeah. I think the FW-190 is known to a lot of people. It's kind of like the second, the number 2 fighter plane for the German Air Force at the time. So I think everybody's kind of familiar with it. But again, we'll just go over that the maximum speed was 416 miles an hour. Yeah, it doesn't give the kilometers per hour because this was all done for AMT, for the American market. So it doesn't give it to you in kilometers. And it's got the BMW 14-cylinder double row radial engine on this one. And then you got the Tempest, which had a speed of 435, and it had 4 20mm cannons and 2 1,000-pound bombs, or 8 60-pound rockets around that. Take a brief look at a book here. Excuse me. Probably should put it somewhere other than the floor, but hey. I have mentioned before, this is a very cramped little compartment here. This little workbench is squashed in the corner of my basement. It's just, you know, and I got the laundry room and everything else down here. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I'll give you a little bit on the D520. Not a whole lot in this book. But some other French planes are here as well. You can see that up on the top there. That one's shown in Vichy markings with a big white stripe down the side. This was the biggest and best fighter that the French had in 1940. And it says that it was first flight was in October of 1938. And the first production one was in December 39. And it entered service in February of 1940. So this was pretty hurriedly put in to production. They're trying to build them like crazy as the invasion was going on, quickly throwing them out there. But they did pretty well. And, you know, the Vichy government restored production. They built 740 of them. And then the Luftwaffe seized 411 of them in 1942 when they just occupied all of France after the invasion of North Africa by the Americans and the British. So they grabbed all of them, and they passed many of these planes on to the Italians, and Romania and Bulgaria got them as well. And I believe for Bulgaria it was a big step up because now they had something that could contend with the American bombers that were flying over Bulgaria on their way to Romania to bomb the oil fields. And Bulgaria was using like biplanes. They just couldn't catch up to the B-24s. But the D-520 was something that was able to intercept and start giving the American bombers a bit of a challenge. And I'm not going to talk much about the FW-190 because I think that's a pretty famous plane. But here's some examples here, including the long-nose D version. But this particular kit is the Type A with the short, anyway, there you go, the short nose version. The more common one, I think it's nicknamed the Butcher Bird. Yeah, that's pretty much what we have there, and the good old book. So what I'm probably going to do, like I said, I'm probably going to work with the D520. I probably will pass the 190A onto a kid because it looks like a pretty good kit for a young modeler to play with and practice with and get some skills under their belt. So I think that will be fun for them. Anyway, that's a quick look at a flea market find. Because there's some fun stuff out there, and occasionally you get some of these kind of things. Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be fun seeing what I can do with the D520. But it also gives another kit that I can give to a kid to work on. model building club at the library. So it's a kind of a win-win. All right, we will talk to you guys soon. Keep on building. Have fun out there. All right, we'll see you.